guys, thanks for checking out Stormtopia.com and Stormtopia.com Facebook page. We're going to have our daily weather update right now. This is being recorded as of Monday, December 20th. Obviously, much of the United States looks to be in a pretty wintry pattern over the next couple of days, but the question becomes to around Christmas, will we see a major East Coast storm? So we're going to kind of weigh the potential in this forecast video. Let's take a look at the first graphic I want to show you. I'm really skeptical of this storm, and you could detect that in yesterday's video, that essentially what's going on here is that we've had so many busts already, like weekly, literally busts, okay? December 5th, December 12th through 13th, and December 19th through 21st, all so hyped up to be major snowstorms so far this month. Haven't verified, so I'm really not excited to jump on the bandwagon this time around, but of course this is the one that could change everything. So let's take a look at what the latest models are showing. Start you off with the GFS. This is going to be excuse me, I'm not going to take a look at the latest models. Do you want to drag you away from the storm for a second, guys? Oh no, yep, but we're going to take a look at national radar imagery. And what you pick up here is essentially two different areas of snow. First one's across the Midwest, where we got a clipper making its way on through here. Okay, snow bands from the eastern Dakotas back into Minnesota, southern and central Minnesota, back into Wisconsin. This storm was progged earlier to move to the southeast to produce some light snow from the southern mid-Atlantic. That will not happen. Instead, it will kind of die out here in the Midwest. The other area is in New England. I expect a couple inches of snow for most of eastern New England, and as much as 5 or 6 inches for Cape Cod area. Now back to the models, guys. The 12Z GFS, latest and greatest. Okay, we're going to take a look at what it shows here for the storm. Here we make our way out and on through time. What happens here is by the time we make our way out into Thursday, okay, when many of us are getting out for school, for Christmas break, we're starting to see snow developing here for the plains back into the Midwest. Storm starts to move southeast here as a new low pressure center develops in the heartland. We're starting to see snow here back into a lot of the Midwest and primarily the western and central Ohio Valley through the day on Friday, and then Saturday it's going to essentially be moving offshore, okay, with light snow here for most of the east, for most of the Appalachians. I know, that was a crushing forecast. It moves offshore, but, you know, who says that it can't move offshore, hug the coast, and produce blizzard conditions? Oh, okay, well, here's the latest 12Z GFS as I digress. Moves the storm offshore. Trough starts to go negative tilt by early Sunday morning, and the storm starts to kind of hug the coast as the low pressure center deepens. We start to see light to moderate snowfall here developing up and down the east coast. It gets heavy here possibly for the mid-Atlantic, and definitely very heavy for southern New England area as the low pressure center just goes right east of these areas. I'm having flashbacks of the December 18th through 20th storm last year, because this kind of looks similar, just pounding southern New England area. Okay, so that's the latest and greatest 12Z GFS. The last couple runs of the GFS have been like that. Last couple runs of the Euro have been like that too. I'll show you the latest European. Brings the storm offshore. Looks bad. Trough starts to dig in really bad, and the difference on the Euro and the GFS is even more on the Euro than the GFS. The trough is negative tilt. Okay, so you get out to 168 hours. The trough is really negative. Okay, the blocking is great. The low pressure center is very deep, 979 millibar. Okay, cold blizzard conditions for the East Coast. That was the 0Z Euro. 12Z Euro is very similar, except that it kind of brings the storm a little further southeast, and then kind of brings it slamming into New England, like the 0Z. Interesting solution here noted on the Canadian model. Very much comparable historically to the the January 29th through 30th storm last year on the Canadian model. Essentially brings a low through here, and it's very cold because of the trough, and you see snow through here. So that's the Canadian solution. And then it looks like the trough towards the end of the loops tries to go negative tilt. Storm tries to bring in some moisture here for the eastern United States, but I mean it's just too far east, and it ends up. This just looks like an offshore run here. I mean, you notice here it timed out at 144 hours, but it does look like an offshore run as of the latest 12Z Canadian models. So that's all the models and all the stuff we've been looking at. I mean, whatever you can make of these different guidance here, guys. Right now, I would say that there are just too many busts for us to get that excited this far out. But of course, we will continue to watch it. So I hope you enjoyed this forecast video. Please spread the word about our website, and have a great day.